Please understand something, those of you new viewers, new listeners. I am not here to be your friend, your buddy, or your fucking pal. I'm a man of a certain age. I've lived life. And I'm not one of these fugazi-ass niggas who feels the need to explain things to you, nor will I ever apologize to you for shit. So please know what you're watching and listening to.
Obviously, you can see from the title what's obviously going on in my going on my mind at this point in time. I want to first just touch on the R.Kelly shit real quick, bro. Like, so he's finally, I guess, been arrested, and my whole thing is that, was it really this documentary shit that really like brought the heat on him? Like, for the people that are not aware, there was a documentary on what they do it on that the Lifetime channel, which is the channel for the females, correct? And they had the Surviving R.Kelly documentary, which, let me tell you something, there's a lot of people that were like, oh, you know, I don't fuck with R.Kelly like that, so I'm not gonna watch it, or I don't support what he did, so I'm not gonna watch it. There was so many people that had so many excuses on why they wasn't gonna watch it. And at the end of the day, what you have to realize is that that series wasn't necessarily for R. Kelly. It was for the surviving, I guess, victims, you know, like, and I watched it, and it was actually pretty good. Like, it's always good to actually see like the world that some of these celebrities are living in, and some of the things that goes on, and some of the things that they're able to get away with, and it's just crazy. So like, yo, like, if you haven't taken the time to go watch this whole Surviving R. Kelly series, yo, it's definitely a good watch, man. It's worth watching. And a lot of shit gets broken down, man. There was a lot of females that came forward for that series, and they just kind of broke down a lot of shit. And, you know, I could kind of feel them from a perspective of, you know, 1 minute you're a fucking fan, and then the next minute R. Kelly is showing some sort of interest in you. It didn't help the fact that R. Kelly was targeting girls that were really, really young. So imagine, you know, a 13, 14. Listen, I seen what you call it. I seen someone on a fucking a live the other day, and this bitch is definitely overage. She's in her 20s, 25, 26, I believe. And she was talking about she was going to the concert for Blueface, and if Blueface even gave her the opportunity, she was going to get pregnant that night. Now, I don't want to go too far off into it, but just that statement alone, when you think about it, you probably say, oh, females are just saying that to say it, right? No, females are for real, bruh. Like, a lot of these females are so caught up into the how would you say, they're so starstruck at these celebrities that, you know, a nigga like R. Kelly, which is crazy, because if you really think about it, R. Kelly could have been fucking anybody, bruh. Like, it's R. Kelly, bruh. You know what I'm saying? A bitch of any age over 18 would have gave R. Kelly the cheeks with no motherfucking problem. And hopefully we are in understanding of that. R. Kelly musically is the fucking man. As a person, not too much. And the crazy shit is that, you know, because he was targeting some of these younger girls, and then the thing was is that, so it wasn't even like he was approaching bitches on some, yo, I'm R. Kelly, you know, I'm gonna give you the opportunity to fuck with me. He was approaching bitches talking about, oh, you know, I could put you, you know, I could get you a career. I could put you in singing. I could back you. I could do all this type of shit. And he was just reeling bitches in, bro. Young bitches at that. So, crazy story. And I know a lot of y'all gonna, like, maybe look at me a little funny, but back in the day when that fucking tape released, I seen it, man. Not necessarily, and at the time, I don't really think that, you're not thinking, oh shit, I'm gonna watch child pornography. Not at all. I remember at that time I was living in New York, and yo, every corner, like I worked close to the World Trade Center, and around that area there would always be like niggas selling like bootleg DVDs. I'm talking about every corner, bruh. This is New York, the climate when niggas had like the rug on the floor and they just got DVDs. So niggas is out in the open selling this DVD. And I remember that all it said on it was R.Kelly sex tape. At the time, I wasn't aware that there was a young chick on there. So I remember seeing that shit and being like, oh shit, R.Kelly sex tape, and purchasing that bitch and going and watching it. And if I remember correctly, the young bitch don't come out to the very end of that tape. In that tape, he's fucking a whole bunch of other bitches. Now, I'm not sure how old they were. I just know that the girl at the very end was the girl that was like 13 or some shit like that. But all the mother chicks, I'm not sure what the age was. Again, the climate wasn't really promoting, yo, there's a sex tape of R. Kelly out and there's young bitches on it. That didn't come until a few weeks after. So I remember seeing this tape, and I remember thinking to myself how creepy he looked on the tape, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, for a sex tape, and obviously if you watch the series on Surviving R. Kelly, yo, your boy was obsessed with recording his sexual, I don't want to say transactions, but his sexual encounters. He loved it. That was his thing. But for a nigga that was recording, that sex tape was whack as fuck. And I'm not talking about the girl at the end, and all due respect to her. But I'm talking about just him as a person on the sex tape. He looked so weird. He looked so creepy. The way he was like getting in position and like looking at the camera and shit. He just looked fucking weird. You would have thought a nigga with that type of obsession, you would have had a camera guy or some shit. But it wasn't until, you know, weeks later that, you know, it started getting a lot of press, and they started talking about the underage shit and all that, and they drug him into court. And yo, I remember, bruh, I remember that that his excuse was that it wasn't him on the tape, and that it was some sort of video editing that had been done. And then I remember they brought in like a not a forensic, but some sort of specialist in video editing. And at that time, the amount of editing that it would have took to put his face on a random nigga's body to like frame him, as he was saying, it was gonna be damn near impossible. Now, don't get me wrong, nowadays it's way different. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's a lot more technology now that just makes it much easier to get this stuff done. But back then it wasn't. So as I'm watching the Surviving R. Kelly shit today, I think this shit happened like a day or 2 days ago, that he got arrested. At that time, I was like, this nigga's done, bruh. There's no way, bruh. That's him on the tape, bruh. He's fucking, and he pissing on a bitch. This nigga literally was pissing on this bitch. And somehow, some way, he got out of it. Somehow, some way, like, it reminded me of a Damn D situation where 1 minute everyone's in an uproar, and then the next minute no one remembered anything. It was as if it all went away. Now, when you're watching the Surviving R. Kelly shit, something that came about from that I didn't know was that he was trying to blame his brother. He was trying to say that his brother was the one that was on there fucking bitches, this, that, and the third. And him and his brother look alike, but not like that, bruh. Not like that to where that's your excuse for being out here fucking these young bitches. So everything kind of ceased and everything kind of went away as the years passed on. And you would think that this motherfucker would have learned his lesson, right? You would think that this nigga would have said, all right, you know, almost got caught there. Let me chill. And that's where the Surviving R. Kelly shit picks up. And that's the dope part. So, like, for instance, a lot of you guys like some of the stories that I've been telling, right? Why? Because it answers some of the questions that you guys have had for years. You guys may have had questions and wanted to know what happened behind the scenes and this, that, and the third, and I've been able to fill you in. So now for me, it's the same concept. I always wondered what the fuck was going on. Like, how did he get from under this? Like, you know, in the world that we are right now, you telling me this nigga fucked a 13-year-old on camera, pissed on the bitch, and just totally got away with it. And I guess in the R.Kelly shit, the surviving R.Kelly shit, they start to explain that I guess the chick didn't want to come forward. The chick was related to an artist of his, and the girl didn't want to come forward. The parents didn't want to come forward. I guess he paid off the parents, whatever the case may be. But just to think that he was able to get away with this shit, again, you would think, yo, you would calm the fuck down, right? Nah. And the surviving R. Kelly shit, that's where it picks up, where sort of the thought process is left. And it filled in a lot of blanks. And it's crazy because R. Kelly was doing this shit, bruh, over and over. Yeah, Sparkles was the chick. Over and over and over again. It's funny because one of the chicks, as of recently, was a chick from, I believe she was from Kissimmee, or from Orlando, and he bagged her at a Kissimmee hotel or some shit like that, which, you know, I live in Kissimmee, so to me, I was just like, oh shit. But yeah, man, this nigga's wild. So another thing that they were talking about in the surviving R. Kelly shit is that this motherfucker was having bitches in like different rooms and shit, and then he would just like leave them in there, and with like no way to get out. They can't use the bathroom, nothing. They got to shit in a corner, piss in a corner. Listen, if you have, and I don't want to kill it for y'all, man. You know, if the R. Kelly shit is at all interesting to you, then you gotta watch the Surviving R. Kelly series. It's worth it, man. It's worth it. I believe in these last few weeks, R. Kelly was trying to say that he actually put that Surviving R. Kelly shit together, but I think he's really just deflecting at this point. Now, the girls coming forward, it's a little, you know, I don't want to say it's too late, but I wish a lot of this shit would have been done early on, and maybe he wouldn't have got as far as he did with this problem that he has, because obviously he has a problem. Shit, the main problem is that he need to stop recording. They need to take the fucking video cameras away from him, man. He need to get another hobby, bro. Although what's the thought process? Is he beating this? Is he gonna find a way to beat this? You know what I'm saying? Like, why turn yourself in? Like, if you know, listen, as guilty as he is, if I'm R. Kelly, I'm running. I'm running to Africa or some shit. Mentally, does he think that he's gonna beat it? I think that's what's going on. I think mentally he thinks that this shit's gonna blow over just like last time, and he's gonna be back to fucking young bitches. But I don't think he's gonna be that lucky this time, man. I think it's gonna blow up in his face, man. Honestly, I think we are literally witnessing the end of R. Kelly. It's bad enough that they've already pulled his music off most streaming platforms, so you can't even stream the shit. All them classics. Yo, you know what else is crazy, man? I was looking at the for the people that know, this nigga R. Kelly, and this is something else that's broken down in the Surviving R. Kelly shit. That whole situation with him and Aaliyah. But he's on the cover of Aaliyah's first album, and he's in the background. So, you know, for regular people, you know, that album didn't look, the album looked innocent. No big deal, right? It's not until now that I look back at the album and I'm like, this motherfucker looked like the fucking creep of all creeps in the background. Super wild. But yeah, man, R. Kelly is fucking done, bro. I think that this motherfucker's done. I think you need to get him the fuck out of here. Darshan says, look at Cosby. It's not looking good, man. It's not looking good. It's not looking good for black people, and it's not looking good. It's not looking good for minorities in general, bro. Way too much bullshit going on. You know what I'm saying? These are technically, you know, some of our heroes that are like just going down the drain, and you know, by their fault though. You know what I'm saying? It's not like this is everybody keeps saying conspiracy theory, and I was watching a podcast the other day saying, oh, are black men targeted, and I'm like, in the situation, and they're using R. Kelly as an example, they're using Cosby as an example, and I'm just like, you know, let's be for real right now. Like, are those the examples that you're gonna use to go ahead and push the agenda that black people or black men are being targeted? Don't even use those two guys. Those are the worst examples you could use. You know what I'm saying? There's far more other black men that have been targeted and have, you know, undergone so much to be able to push forward that conversation that maybe in America black men are targeted. There's so many other examples that you could use, and people are using R. Kelly, people are using Cosby, and these are not the guys to be using, man. You know what I'm saying? These are the outcasts of the culture at this point. You know what I'm saying? R. Kelly, yo, musically a fucking genius. Although every time I say genius, I kind of hesitate a little bit. Now listening back to some of these songs, I don't know, bro. Because if you in the studio and you making these songs, and so they pointed out that he has a studio in Chicago where the studio has bedrooms in the studio. So he has like a studio area, and then he could go back into different bedrooms. So if you back there plowing out a 13-year-old, and then you go into the studio and make a song that has any sort of sexual reference to it, are you thinking about the 13-year-old when you made the song? Because then I feel kind of weird being here, you know, rocking to the song. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't see nothing wrong with a little bump and grind. Yo. But you was just bumping and grinding a fucking 13-year-old back there, bro. I don't know. I've always liked R. Kelly's music, man. And now it just feels weird. You know what I'm saying? It's like, how would you say it? What's that phrase? When you play R. Kelly music, I feel like there's an elephant in the room. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can't be now driving along, my baby in the car, we chilling, we vibing, and then I put on some R. Kelly. You know what I'm saying? R. Kelly used to be baby making music, until I realized that he was talking about babies. I don't know, man. I don't know if it's just me. I don't know. It's just fucking weird, man. It just sucks, man. Super fucked up. But, you know, he's turned himself in, and I think it's about to be over for your boy, man. I think I don't think any sort of money is gonna be able to get him out. You know what I'm saying? And at this point, it's his own fault, man. It's his own fault. He's had so many close calls, bro. Shit, the closest call of them all was getting Aaliyah pregnant. I'm sorry if I blew it for some people. Surviving R. Kelly, bro. You gotta watch it. It's worth the watch. Even if you don't like the nigga. Even if you don't like the nigga, you don't support him, you think he's a pedophile, this, that, and the third, cool. Guess what? At least give the whole series a try, because that series is to, I don't want to say promote, but that series is really for the victims. You know what I'm saying? And there was a lot, bruh. I don't know, man. I don't see how someone of R. Kelly's stature, you know, with as much accomplishments as he may have in the world, why would you throw it all away for a fucking piece of pussy at that not even legal pussy? You know what I'm saying? And what's gotten him in trouble is the camera. Why do you keep busting out the camera? You know what I'm saying? Like, shit's wild, man. R. Kelly, listen, I want to say I'd wish you the best of luck, but you know, at this point, you know, you're just gonna have to eat it, man. Yeah, stick a fork in him. He's done, bro. He's done, bro. It just sucks, but he's done. What we got in the comments, man? Darshan says, I mean, it's a catch-22 for me because in the documentary, some of the women admit to lying about their age. I agree with you. Some of the women did agree about, say that they had lied about their age. But at some point, are you not pulling IDs? I don't know. If I was like a celebrity and there were millions on the line, bitch, you better have some ID if you coming back to the hotel, man. Something. Nowadays, you can't trust no one, especially if you're a celebrity. I feel like everyone's out to get you for a check. So some of them girls, yeah, they did definitely admit to lying about their age, but some of them look young as fuck, bro. It's like, come on, man. Come on. Kelz, come on. Manuel said, I think the series gave a good mental view of his mind. The series killed him. I gotta agree, man. That series was not at all good for R. Kelly in any way, shape, or form. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got and all the stories are relating. So either they all got together and got their story straight, or the shit's true, man. And R. Kelly is in the studio pumping classics out while he got young bitches damn near in rooms where they can't even get out of to use the bathroom. I wonder if he had like another style type of fetish with the whole, with maybe like shit smell or something like that. Because why would you leave a bitch in a room where you fucking her and she can't even go use the bathroom, and now she's got a shit in a bucket in the corner? Think about it. If you left her in there for 2 days and she took a shit yesterday, this whole room gonna smell like shit. It's even when you take the bucket out, the whole room smells like shit. I don't know, man. R. Kelly is just getting weirder and weirder. And when I saw that series, I was just like, damn, this nigga fucked up in the head, man. He's got a fucking straight problem. Said I tried. Kamikaze said I tried to watch it, but that chick that looks like KRS-One. Yo, listen, this is another thing, and this is one of the reasons that I read that comment. Okay, I know we talking about young bitches, that being excluded, the fact that they're young, they're not necessarily even like attractive. We talking about R. Kelly. You know how many bitches done went to a R. Kelly concert with the hopes to give R. Kelly some pussy? And you out here just getting the real basic looking. And again, we're excluding the age. We're trying to take the age out of this because even them, the females, they're not necessarily attractive. I don't know, man. Kelz done fucked up, man. Manuel said, nah, I never seen it and would never watch. I definitely get it. Don't get me wrong. I get where you're coming from. It just depends on the reason why you're not watching it. If the reason why you're not watching it is because in your mind you're saying, oh, this nigga's sick, he's a pedophile, I don't want to support that, then it's the wrong mind frame. Because the series is not for him. The series is not to promote him, believe me. Or if it is to promote him, it's definitely promoting him in all the worst ways. But it just really gives you an insight to what was going on. Well, you know what? I take that back. I don't really think that it gave an insight onto what he was thinking. It gave an insight to some of the things that were going on and what the actions were that were taking place. But you can't necessarily think about what it didn't necessarily point out what he was thinking mentally. He's obviously a nigga with a problem, bro. They got to get him somewhere and they got to get him some help, man. R. Kelly needs help, bro. He definitely does, man. And it's not to make an excuse for him, and it's also not to say that he doesn't have to pay for this in some way, shape, or form as far as jail time. But it's definitely to say that man got a problem, bro. Let's be honest, bro. Like, with all the shit that's happened, and the nigga's still doing it, you know what I'm saying? Like, he still got cameras rolling. He's still recording this footage. He's got a problem. 100%. He definitely needs help. And it's sad, man. Such an icon has just taken such a fucking fall. You know what I'm saying? Listen, and when this is all said and done, I'll go ahead and link y'all in the description with my video where I did for Bill Cosby. Bill Cosby, bro, that one hurt, bro. R.Kelly, not as much, man. He's, you know, musical. Again, I feel awkward, but musical genius. Some of the songs that he created before we knew that they were for young bitches, but some of the music that he's created is timeless. Some of the best songs were created by R. Kelly, but it just, like, bruh, musically cool. Out of that boy need help, bruh. Same thing with Bill Cosby. Bill Cosby on screen, listen, was my listen, for a longest time, bruh, I wanted Bill Cosby to be my dad, bruh. 100%. I was like, damn, bro, this family, his family was just amazing. I wanted to be a Huxtable. But to know that, you know, when the cameras are not rolling, a motherfucker's going off and doing some fucking weirdo shit, it just sucks, man. It really does, man. It really does. Darshawn said, I don't see him beating this. Yeah, me neither, bro. I think it's a wrap, bro. I think Cosby about to have a cellmate. Do they eventually meet, though? Can Bill Cosby and R. Kelly be in the same cell? That would be a hell of a collaboration. Paul, what's good, man? Thank you for stopping by, man. Julian said, lock his ass up. Yeah, man. It's time, man. It's time. Listen, he's gotten away with a lot, bro. A lot. And at this point, with his music being taken off the streaming platforms, he's really good to nobody. You know what I'm saying? It sucks to say, but he's no good to his family. He you know, he's not going to be able to pull money. I don't even think he owns none of these fucking masters. So none of these masters are going to pay out. He's not going to get no money from that shit. So he's about to be broke as a joke. This is why I didn't understand. Why would you even turn yourself in, bruh? Run to Africa. Was he not supposed to run to Africa like 2 months ago? And instead he was in the club popping bottles? Motherfucker's out of his fucking mind. Someone said Jerry Seinfeld met his wife at 16. Is this for real? Come on, bro. Is this for real? Because your boy already got a little collaboration back there. That's not good to know. Larry said he's gonna beat the case. The rich follow a different subset of rules. Yeah, I agree, man. 100%. Well, okay, hold on. I don't agree that he's going to beat the case. I think that already it's too late, bro. It's too much. There's too much that's happened. There's too many people that are watching this. There's a magnifying glass on this shit, bro. That R. Kelly series, the Surviving R. Kelly, I'm telling you, for the people that haven't watched it, it's Saturday. Go ahead, bro. If you don't got nothing to do, just give it a watch, man. There's going to be a lot of stuff you're going to hear that is going to make you cringe. But just give it a watch, man. It's worth knowing this stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like, knowing what was going on this entire time. And if you go based on the information that came from that series, he is not going to beat this one, bro. Listen, I would be surprised as a motherfucker. Don't get me wrong. I feel like, yes, the being a artist, money, all that shit comes into play. The problem is that I feel that comes into play when the artist is still worth something. R. Kelly is not going to be worth jack shit. It's not happening, bro. They already taken all the shit off the streaming platforms. Come on, bro. They're about to. I wouldn't be surprised if they wipe this catalog out, bro. Motherfuckers eventually. I'm sure there's people out there that have already thrown away CDs. There are people out there that have already deleted the shit out there, Apple Music. His music literally is about to start disappearing. Shit's wild, man. Larry, perfect. Where were their parents when minorities were out of the house with grown men? They're to blame too, in my opinion. I definitely 100% agree. Don't get me wrong. There have been a few parents that have been vocal. They're looking for their daughter. I believe 2 of the bitches that R. Kelly got with him right now, the parents are looking for them. But the thing is that these girls are going on camera. They're saying that they don't want to be looked for, this, that, and the third. But how police just have not just gone in and just pulled them out is beyond me. Because a lot of these girls are still of underage. It's wild. Here's another one to think about. While we're thinking about the parents, this whole time R. Kelly had a fucking wife. R. Kelly had a fucking wife. The studio, I think there's a studio. Okay, hold on. I'm trying to think back. I don't want to get it too wrong. I might be wrong, so don't quote me on this. I believe they said the old sex tape, where that sex tape took place, where he was fucking the 13-year-old, that was in a location where his wife was upstairs. Where the fuck was she at? How did she not know that this was not going on? Did she not smell shit in the air? You know what I'm saying? Like, she's definitely someone that they got to look at, man. You can't tell me you ain't know nothing. You can't say that. You just can't, man. You can't. Manuel, the whole control thing, 100%. The controlling, and that's what you get from the series. How controlling he was. How he was just like on it, bro. Like, but at the same time, it's just like, it be bitches that be starstruck, bro. That's why I hate a bitch that's starstruck, bro. I hate it. I hate it. Cause that means that your mindset is just not even there, bro. You just willing to do whatever. And that just takes me back to when I was telling you guys before, the broad that I seen on fucking Instagram Live. She talking about, I'm going to the Blueface concert, and if I can, I'm getting pregnant. And it's just like, what? That shit don't even make nowhere near no sense, man. That makes nowhere near no sense. Yeah, it just mind-boggling. Just out of here, for real. Yes, 100%. He is the true definition of a predator, Paul. 100%. Because it don't, you know, he's using his fame. His fame is what's getting it, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, think about it. A young bitch growing up. R. Kelly. Oh shit, R. Kelly likes me? Oh shit. You know what I'm saying? It sucks, man. It sucks. And you know, listen, again, to all my parents out there, if you're the parent of a young girl, listen, I commend you, bro. I ain't built like that, man. I had 2 boys. I realized that my situation was fucking fucked with the females that I chose, and I would have never put another baby in either one of them. And God forbid it would have been a female. Holy shit, I would have killed myself. Someone said Elvis met his wife at 13. What is going on? Manuel, he's not rich no more. 100. Yeah, he's not rich no more, bro. That money on the down. Let's see. What else we got? What else we got? Yeah, groupies just seeing dollars, Kevin. 100%, man. That's what it be, man. You know, not to talk so greasy about these young gals, but you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know, you know, even as a young girl, like, you know R. Kelly's background, bro. But he was getting bitches, bro, because there was a few of them bitches that he was telling them, yo, I'm going to put you on. And if you think about it, that's sort of the same shit that was happening with Bill Cosby. He was telling them bitches that he was going to put them on. That just sucks, man. Keshan said, it's important to know that R. Kelly himself is a victim of sexual abuse at a young age. I agree. You know, someone being abused at a young age sexually, definitely 100%. I'm sure it plays a factor in the behavior that he's displaying, but unfortunately, it's not really an excuse for the behavior that he's displaying. We still are adults. We still know what's right and what's wrong. You know what I'm saying? And this is my thing. I'm not trying to condone it. I'm not trying to say that it was right. None of that. But if you know you got a motherfucking problem that you like fucking young bitches, Why are you recording it? Why? Someone take that camera away from that man. That is what his downfall was. Had that tape never come out, R. Kelly would have been fucking young bitches for who knows how long, and we would have never known. But you know what's funny too? A lot of people, again, surviving R. Kelly, it's worth the watch. I'm telling you, a lot of people in there were saying that niggas in the industry knew, bruh. Niggas in the industry knew this shit. They knew he was fucking with these bitches. Yeah, he's a sick fuck, man. Definitely. Selling them dreams and taking advantage, 100%. Someone said R. Kelly's illiterate. All right, yeah, but you know what I'm saying? Like, just because the nigga can't read, come on, man. You know, it just, I don't know, man. It's hard. It's hard to make an excuse for it. Listen, I'm a fan of the music. Or, I don't know, man. I'm sort of like middle ground at this point because I can't even really say that I'm a super fan of the music. I was a super fan of the music. But now, like, you know, when you're listening to it, it kind of makes you feel a little uncomfortable because you just don't know. That's my whole thing. You know, with the way that that series portrayed him, he's in the studio and the studio has rooms in the back. Is he fucking a young bitch and then coming out and making bump and grind? Like, because if he is, then, and that's what his mind state was in, then how do I feel? Listen, when R. Kelly was telling me about bump and grind, I thought he was fucking older bitches. That's what I thought. And now it's just like, it's not really the case. His original lyrics were, I see nothing wrong with someone little to bump and grind. Really? Then his man said, Kelz, Kelly, what you say? But listen, the friend that said, what you say? That nigga knew what was going on, man. He smelled shit in the air too. Remember, these bitches is in the studio, shitting in buckets. Is there not a shit smell in the studio? Is no one saying, hey, do you smell shit? Because listen, if there's like 4 or 5 bitches back there and they all shitting in buckets, that whole studio gotta smell like shit. The whole building. I don't know how the next door neighbors weren't like, yo, do you still smell shit? It just smells like shit everywhere out here. Is it coming from Kelly's building? That shit's wild, man. But yeah, man, he's going to jail, man. It's a wrap, man. It's a wrap for him. I think it's over. I think he's gonna do time. I think he's going to do heavy time. And it's going to be one of them situations just like Bill Cosby, man. We lost him. You know? Bill Cosby too, man. You know? Listen, I have 2 pairs of Huxtables. I ain't going to go as far as getting rid of them. Because Huxtables were also called the Coogee sweaters. So I'll fuck with that. But at this point, I don't even feel comfortable watching The Cosby Show. You know what I'm saying? It just sucks, man. It sucks that, you know, some of the heroes that, you know, I looked up to are just slowly just going downhill. And then me, when I'm starting to think about it, I'm like, damn, like these niggas was doing, when I was looking up to these niggas, this is what they was doing behind closed doors. Message said, since he got abused at a very young age by a 15-year-old sister confirmed by his baby brother, who also are victims, R. Kelly started seeing his behavior as normal and subsequently doing this to others. Yeah, it could, you know, it could be debated that all of this, and I'm sure that that's the debate that that's what the legal team is going to start aiming for, the fact that he got abused. But the problem is that what about everyone else in the world that's been abused in some way, shape, or form or another? You know what I'm saying? Does that now become the excuse for them to go out and do the behavior? Sometimes you just got to be accountable for your actions, man. And at this point, I think it's time to hold R. Kelly accountable.